So in today's video, we're doing kind of another vlog. It's a little bit different, a little bit more unique. This weekend, I just had a wrestling camp. If you do BJJ, then you don't know them as camps, you know them as seminars. Basically, we did 3 2-hour sessions, and by we, I mean me and 2 of my former coaches. So this camp was actually probably taught more by my coaches than me, and I was more of the organizer. So I taught a little bit of technique, and I wrestled with the kids. But the big thing was, since I usually do these seminars myself, I brought in different coaches who are both pretty good at wrestling too. Let them do a little bit more for the kids who usually see me. Anyways, it was me, 3-time national champion, and then my high school wrestling coach, is the guy I did private lesson with, Grant Ullman, and then my college wrestling coach, Myron Bradbury. It was a pretty good camp. It was really refreshing because, like I said, I'm the one who's always teaching wrestling. It was really cool to go in and watch and drill and play around with techniques that my coaches like, because even though I'm a pretty accomplished wrestler, it doesn't mean that I'm perfect at wrestling or that I know everything about wrestling. So when I bring in different clinicians and I get to see things that maybe I had seen in the past, these refreshers are really helpful. They put me on a kick. So today in this video, I'm going to show you guys a couple of the techniques. I'm not going to show you everything, of course, it would have been impossible, but I'm going to show you a couple techniques from me, Myron, and Grant. I'm going to show you guys some just funny live rounds, and then a little speech that we got in the end. We'll do a little bit of hoorah at the end and really talk about some really important things. Specifically, we talk about the most important thing that you need in order to be a good wrestler, and then honestly, it's probably going to surprise you. Anyways, guys, let's get to it.
Ready, go! Oh, he's out. Good job.
On this, you can make your own combos however you like, but it's footwork. You got 4 shots. High crotch right-handed, high crotch left-handed, head inside right-handed, head inside left-handed.
All right, so with duck unders, I have a couple conditions that I try to meet before I do a duck under. We're gonna go over a very basic duck under, but I think conceptually, lots of people are very bad at ducks. You can A, force a duck under, or B, let the duck under come to you. So if I do a duck under without pressure, just boom, he has the ability to square up, and now we're in a scramble, whatever. So when I'm doing my duck under, we're gonna do the very basic collar and bicep duck, literally nothing fancy. But what I want us to do is to have put a really big emphasis on finding pressure. So I'm here doing short, choppy steps. This guy's gonna be forced to pressure back into me. Right? Now it's super easy for me to do my duck. Any questions? All right, on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about it. If I do, okay, he's pushing back, okay, I'm gonna do it. Look, I got no this, I didn't get in deep. So it's, as soon as he comes back, you're trying to pull him over you, so you gotta be anticipating that he's gonna react to what you're pushing in. He's pushing in, as soon as he's starting to push back in, okay?
They're not gonna want you to finish, and they're gonna create scenarios where you have to. But only when they create that scenario will you have to come down and shelf this. This is not your fundamental go-to. It takes a lot of energy. He can now turn his hips into me and square up like this. He can start to fight my hands now. He can reach. The fundamental is gonna be pressure, weight, on your toes, security, anchors. Come to this knee and pull this shoulder in right here. See what that did to his hips? So right here, once you get to the single leg, your very next move needs to be bite. I call it bite because you're gonna bite down. Here. Now, you can even free up a hand and gain mobility.
When you're practicing, exaggerate it. Whipping this arm back, combing my hair, putting it in my back pocket. Boom. Like this. And then use your wiper. Come up to your double.
When we do that, we're gonna anchor down on his ankle. When we do that and we get to here, we're gonna pull our elbows in, because that's fundamental, put some weight on it, keeps us locked in, and then we can take our time and score this takedown. applause to Brandon right now. Just what a guy to get us in here and to get us gathered and get this in August, a preseason camp. You know, in this caliber guys. We got guys going to college in here. We got guys that have been in college already. Guys that have coached at the high school and college level. And coached some of you guys have been a part of like the success in here. I mean, give them another one. Just what a dude to get us together in here. How to be intense and how to be aggressive. It's not enjoyable for the opponent. It shouldn't be. It's not your business what they feel like. It's actually the exact opposite of your job is to destroy them, to inflict as much discomfort as possible. It was my dad that told me even if they beat you, they should come off the mat saying, I don't ever want to wrestle that kid again. It was miserable.
To be a great wrestler, you have to have conditioning, strength, technique. Technique is huge, but what Coach Bradbury is saying, you gotta have mental toughness. Okay?
When I was a freshman in college, I tended to be a lot softer. I was almost scared to like be tough. And I mean, there was a lot of moments that year where I just wasn't very tough. And a real good one was I lost the opponent who genuinely was just a lot worse than me at wrestling. And basically he was a big, scary looking dude. And I let him, like, I was just intimidated. And I was just like, in most of my matches, I was the big tough guy. But that's because I was wrestling with a lot of people who were less physically gifted. But then I ran into another guy who was just like me, very strong, fit, lean, good heavyweight. I don't think I was really about it then. And then I won't go through all of it, but basically Coach Bradbury told me I let that guy, you know, be tougher than me. Who I act like I am, I wasn't in that match. It basically wore on me for like a really, really long time. It made me so angry because I felt disrespected by Coach Bradbury at first, but it wasn't disrespectful. It was like, it was a good personal thing. You know, I thought about that for a year, and like literally I told them, I was like, I started listening to rap music. I started getting, like, everything, all of my self-talk was like, I'm aggressive, you know, I'm the baddest dude in the world. I'm gonna beat up everybody when I'm in a wrestling match. Like, I decided that I needed to change my mindset completely. Like, my self-talk was like, I'm a savage, I'm gonna murder everybody I wrestle. A year later, I have a match with this guy to qualify for the national tournament. I finally get the match with this guy, we meet up in the conference finals, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait, I'm gonna beat the crap out of this dude. Like, I'm gonna murder him. Versus, I remember my particular mindset when I wrestled him the first time was like, man, he's ranked 6th in the country. This is gonna be a really tough match. Coach, what's his record? And then my second time going with him after the whole talk with Coach Bradbury about a year later, I'm like, bump this dude. Whoever he beat, it wasn't Brandon Reed, that wasn't me. This dude sucks. It's a bit extreme, but it's like, I basically shifted my mindset to where like, I hate this guy. This is personal, I wanna win. And then I ended up beating the guy. I beat the guy, you know, it was a bit dramatic of a match, to say the least. The whole point is like, it's the mindset shift, right? It's like, I lost to somebody who is genuinely a worse wrestler than me. And yes, technique's important, like Coach Grant said, but a lot of the times your technique is not enough. Like, you gotta have that dog. You gotta take it personally. Like, this guy touched my leg in practice. I'm taking this personally. This guy beat me last year. I'm taking it personally. This guy took me down 2 times with a high C in practice. I need to be going home watching videos on how to defend a high C. I'm taking this personally. If you want to win, you just gotta hate losing. You can't be okay with it. And learning to take it personally, learning to pull that that meanness out of you is super important. And when you're wrestling live, a way you can do that is just like Coach Bradbury said, like, you're hand fighting hard, you're clubbing your partner hard, you're doing a takedown, you're exploding through the takedown, you're trying to pin this guy. I don't care what you do, you're just being aggressive. The way you practice is the way you're gonna compete, and when those hard matches come, this is the way you have to think.
Dogs on 3. Yep.
Dogs on 3, dogs on 3. 1, 2, 3, dogs!
Alright guys, that was the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was really fun. I know that speech at the end, you may have dragged on to you, or you may think it was corny, but the story is true. I was really sad and I was really hurt when I had the loss that I talked about. And when I was able to come back and actually get that victory again, it wasn't necessarily a technical thing, it was a mental thing. And lots of the times I find that in this space, especially the BJJ wrestling space, even I may overemphasize technique more than I should, because a lot of the times it's guts, hearts, discipline, and mindset that's gonna get you, you know, past that hump, more than just, you know, technical prowess and knowing a million things. Anyways guys, if you guys would like to learn more from me, I have a couple instructionals out right now. I have some wrestling for BJJ instructionals out. I also have Top Game instructional for folk style wrestling, and sooner than later I'm going to be coming out with some new instructionals too. You can check out the links in the description, or go to brandonreed3x.com/store STORE and check out my instructionals. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If not, sorry. Have a good one.